All right, there we go. We are live. What's up, everybody? Hurricane BX here. Welcome to another R.O.C Hangout. We come to you live each and every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel. Got a panel of jackals up in here, not quite the full squad, but we're going to say hello in a minute. Guys, if you're watching us on YouTube, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Really helps us out. We're on the road to 1,000. Let's try to get there before TFCon DC. Lofty goals, but please hit that subscribe button. We do appreciate all the love and support from the community. Hit the bell while you're at it. You'll be notified every time new content is uploaded to the channel. If you're watching this live stream on YouTube as well, hop into the ROC chat below. Chop it up with the rest of the ROC fam. Always good times in there. We're going to shout everybody out in the chat towards the end of the show. Also, guys, you could check out our website, www.realmofcollectors.com. We have the Rock Box pre-order available live. You could get a new TFCon exclusive t-shirt along with about 10 other goodies in the Rock Box, as well as with your pre-order, you get 2 tickets into an entry for a $100 raffle giveaway from agabus.com at TFCon. So please, guys, get your Rock Box pre-orders in. Sizes and quantities are limited. So with that, let's say hello to the rest of the crew. First up, Energon Addict. How you doing today, brother?
Yo, what up, B? I'm chilling, man. It's Tuesday. It's
Happy Tuesday, bro.
Pretty good week so far. You know, can't complain. Been busy at work. The day's been flying by. And that's about it.
Sweet.
Chilling.
I had a slow fucking day. Like the hours were just dragging out. So you must have been busy.
Yeah, man. Once you have one person out, it kind of shows you like how small the group is. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's 4 of us, and one guy is on vacation. My boss called out yesterday, so it was 2 of us holding down the fort. My boss came in today, but he was just cursing up a storm, really not doing much. So yeah, I can't.
Did he have a bad sunburn on his face?
No, you know it's funny you say that because he does come in like that all the time.
That's blood pressure.
Yeah, I think he had he did one of those eclipse call outs yesterday. He probably wanted to watch the eclipse with his family or some shit like that. It's that kind of dude.
Overrated.
Yeah.
Great.
Any new plastic crack this week? Any new pickups?
Oh, I wasn't sure if we were doing that right away, but
yeah, I mean, if you want to share, you know, I'm just asking.
All right, you got like a good 20 minutes for me. I got like a JD Dom haul going right now. You know what I'm saying? A Baldwin,
get it, son.
Drop. All right, so Transformer wise, I finally went and got the MPMB Masterpiece Bumblebee.
Nice.
Reformatted cool. Oberon. Yeah, I mean I haven't actually opened it yet, but we'll see. I got Oberon from the Reformatted line, aka Obsidian. I finally got Calidus, the basic version.
That's a dope figure, yo. I'm still messing with that figure. I haven't transformed a third-party figure back and forth so many times as I have with that one.
Yeah,
good figure.
I gotta fuss with it. You'll see what I've been fussing with as opposed to that. But then I got the Turban, which is I can't even think right now. But I got Whirl. Yeah, my bad. IDW Whirl. Okay, so now here's the fun part. All right. Hold on. Yeah.
More 18-inch turtles?
No. Eddie's about to dip because I got more DBZ shit. So
yeah, I'm about out.
Oh, man.
I just popped in here because we were a little late. Now you got a bunch of people. You don't need me.
We always need you, Dust.
We always need
hear my voice on Monday for a limited time.
For a limited time. He's on that short train of retirement.
I think last time I checked in, I think I was on my second figure, so I had Vegeta, and then I got Gohan. Now I got Trunks. I got Android 16.
Oof.
I
can't wait for you to sell all that shit.
Yeah, right. I got Son Gohan, the smaller version. I got Piccolo because you can't have Gohan without Piccolo.
Of course not. You definitely need that.
Yeah. Boy.
I got.
What was I thinking?
I got Vegito. Hold on, I'm not done.
Dude, those figure arts aren't cheap,
son.
man, guys.
I got Android 17. and Android 18.
Hell yeah.
All right. Art's money.
So-
Oh shit.
Hey, Dave, can I tell a story like really, really quick of a couple weeks ago after we were done on the Hangout?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, this is just a good kind of piece of life advice. Never ask a question that you're really not interested in what the answer is. So after one of the Hangouts over, unbroadcasted, I made the mistake of asking Dave and Matt, around Dragon Ball Z, which, look, I'm not into it. When you guys talk, exactly, right? But I told him, listen, when you guys speak that language, it sounds like foreign to me. So that kind of prompted a 45-minute conversation of the whole history of characters and how they become this, and they have super this and monkey arms, and they evolve. And
Let me ask you something, Gary. How did you stay awake?
It gave me good sleep that night. I was good.
Hey,
Anyway.
there's an off. Get the fuck out of here, man.
I just can't wait for Dave to wake up like 3 o'clock in the morning one night and say, "Fuck, what did I do? I gotta fucking sell this shit."
I spent all that money. Oh my god.
It's funny you say that because I've been saying that about a lot of my Transformers lately. Believe it or not,
I say
I'm
that
like,
every night about everything.
I'm like, fucking, they're coming out with a new version of this motherfucker. I spent $200 on this fucking piece of shit. So.
Damn.
I'm thinking sell everything, pay off my car, and bank up a little bit. That's what I'm
Just
thinking.
get out. Just get out, right?
Fucking down payment on a house.
No, you can't do that, Dust. You told us no kids, no mortgage.
Oh, that's right, man. Then I'm gonna age. I'm gonna look my age overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do it.
I'll look
Don't do
62
it.
in no time.
It really will be silver age. Get the fuck in. Come on. Holy shit.
But Dave, that
I
was
didn't mean to interrupt your haul there.
No, it's all good. I think I'm done.
That was all me.
the epic. You got more? There's more
Nah,
stuff?
well, it's not here yet. So
You just go on
that'll be next
vacation,
week.
motherfucker.
That doesn't count.
Yeah,
that
but
don't count.
that's why you tell them that you say don't ship until this date.
He knows.
Good. Well, at least those fig arts boxes are small, so even though you got a lot of them, they don't take up a ton of space.
Yeah,
so.
they're all in one. They're in one box that probably that fucking Fans Toys Phoenix couldn't fit in.
What do those fucking things go for? $60?
That's like the average, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
between 30 to 60,
Yeah.
and sometimes more, depending on the figure.
Yeah.
And it also depends on where you get them at. Too. Yeah.
A lot of them are rare. Like, so a lot of the earlier characters that they put out, you can't get anymore. Some were Tamashi Web exclusives. So
Why don't you get into Marvel famous covers? I got a bunch for you here.
Yeah, the prices on those, they're a bit ridiculous, but they are reissuing some of the figures, so at least you could get some of those characters at decent prices. But if you want the whole collection, it's some pretty decent bank. You're gonna be spending.
Jose's like Wikipedia.
Yeah.
I know I'm in that fig arts game, man. I got like 4 I want to order, and I'm like, fuck, it's $300. All right, next up, G Money. What's up, man? You made it by the skin of your teeth. I'm glad you're here.
I did. I was trying to. I got an early flight to Chicago tomorrow morning to visit some family, take care of a couple personal family things. But it's good. I'm gonna hit up the friend of mine back there. We go to the Wizard World convention every year.
Oh, nice.
So we got that slated for Friday, which will be a nice kind of positive part for the visit. But yeah, I couldn't miss Tuesday. I was like, maybe I'll just get in on the chat. And then I'm like, no, I'll get on.
You do a little reporting for us next Tuesday from Wizard.
Yes, I figured. And I took some R.O.C cards from NJCC with me, so I'll see if I can't spread around a little bit. I don't have my shirt yet, but I ordered a few of the rock packs, so next event I'll definitely be able to represent a little bit better. But yeah, so it's good. I think we're about looking forward to a break.
Some odd percent, 60% sold already. 60 some odd percent, almost 70.
That's pretty good.
Getting there.
Those pre-orders in because we want to lock those sides. We want to make sure we have the right
awesome.
sizes for all you fuckers.
Yeah.
All right. You get any?
And I don't want to steal. I did. Yeah, I was just going to say, as in regards to the rock packs, I don't want to steal, Russ's, kind of strategy for the raffle. But I think we say it over and over, right?
I'm not trying to hurt
but listen,
tickets. I'm just being nice.
Right? But yeah, I think there's plenty of us attending. So anyone who's listening who needs to get one shipped to them, just hit one of us up and we'll take care of it for sure. But yeah, I did actually. I got a couple unique things. Nothing Transformers related. But we were talking a couple weeks ago about these rabbit holes of sorts. No Dragon Ball Z for me. I'm not a huge Marvel. I know, right? I'm not a huge Marvel Legends guy. Like I said, I'm pretty selective. I had 3 for the longest time, and that was it. And then I found that Hella figure in the store. Kind of got excited. It was like it's a really neat figure, so I picked that up. I think just because I was kind of bored. And then I ended up ordering that San Diego exclusive, that 5-pack of the Thor figures. Pretty neat looking. And then I found this, which I don't know if you guys can see. Let's try and get. It's the Legends, like the giant Hulk.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
like those large ones. So he's pretty cool. I think he might be a little too big. I thought maybe he would scale with a regular, kind of 6-inch figure, but I think he might just be a little too big. But I haven't opened it yet. I just got it the other day. But it looks pretty awesome. He actually looks pretty cool. So
yeah, I've seen a few of those
whole
Marvel
different
Legends in person. Like they look really good up close, but it is just the size that turns me off. I'm like, these would be great to collect, but just a little bit bigger than I want those figures to be.
Yeah, like I said, I got him because I thought he might just look kind of cool in the display to break it up. The normal 6-inch, but like I said, I think he's probably just a little too big for that. But as Transformers collectors, what scale mean anyway, really, right? As long as it looks good. So it was good.
That's Hulk, like super enraged mode. He gets bigger. The madder he gets, the stronger he gets.
Right.
So
there you go.
There you go.
Yeah. So just a few things to kind of, I think, tide me over till TFCon.
All right, sweet. And that is just under 6 weeks away. We all can't wait.
Definitely.
All right. Next up, JD. What's up, man?
What's up, everybody? How are we doing today?
How the hell are you?
Oh, we're pretty good.
Happy
it's hot out
Tuesday.
there.
Survived the eclipse?
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously I made it through it. I was gonna look at the sun and then put my eyeballs up on eBay, but I doubt anybody would have gone for that. But yeah, I've been kind of. I don't know. This can kind of go into the realm of rabbit holes, but now I'm building stuff. So I got a bunch of supplies, foam board and scissors and knives and all kinds of stuff to slap some stuff together and make some neat little diorama sort of stuff. So I got a bunch of Marvel Legends figures. I got a Punisher and a Daredevil, and then I bought a bunch of like the shelf warmer ones, mostly like the female characters, because doesn't really matter who it is. They're going to be something. It's what matters is what they're going to become. That's. So I'm gonna tear them apart and customize them and all that good stuff. So,
Sweet,
cool.
Yeah.
JD, do you have a kind of goal in mind for your first build that you're thinking about?
Yeah. I actually have 2 of them that I'm working on at the same time. I don't want to give anything away, but one is Star Wars and one is G.I. Joe. That's all I'm gonna say. So we're gonna see where it goes from there.
Shout out to KFC Tempest in the background there.
yeah. Okay.
Have you ever attempted to build?
And one of the Tetra Jets.
Yeah.
Double busted.
Hey, that shit was cheap. I don't think I pay anything for it. It was when TF Source let you trade your points in for a figure.
Oh, nice.
So,
Yeah.
So I wasn't buying that shit. But I wanted it so I could laugh at it. You know what I mean?
So for the diodes that you're planning on building, is this the first time like you're going to attempt to do it, or have you done it before?
I kind of messed with it before, like in the past, and then got out of it. Like whenever I built Gundams, whatever, like 15, 20 years ago, I used to mess around and make little dios. But yeah, this will be probably like the big one. I'm gonna try and if I ever make it to IKEA to get my Detolfs, I want to build them to fit in there and give them a little bit more life.
Sweet, man. Looking forward to seeing that stuff.
Hell yeah.
All right, next up, Silver Age, Dust Mites. How you doing, bro?
Yo, I got nothing. Keep it moving. You gotta save time.
On the road to retirement.
Yes.
Dave took all the time, dude. We got to move.
All that Dragon Ball shit, we gotta fucking make up 6 minutes.
Yeah, right. There's shit.
All right, next up, Russ the Bus. What's up, man? How are you?
What's up? What's up, guys? Yeah, I'm in the same boat as Dust. I got shit. Nothing, man. Nothing. It's a dead week for
Good,
me.
man. It's all good. How you doing today? Everything all right?
I'm doing all right, dude. Just, fucking work is driving me crazy, but whatever.
You don't ask me how I'm doing. Okay, I see how it is. I'm out.
Yeah.
He's like, I got nothing. I got nothing. Move it along. Move it along.
I got fucking
Give him a chance.
You can say hello.
Hi.
No.
I live a lonely life.
So
I'm
lonely
like sitting in the fucking dark and shit.
Phone don't stop.
Dude, I wasn't supposed to be on tonight, man. Remember?
He's like a creepy teenager, dude. Look at that shit.
No, but what you guys don't realize is that's what it really looks like in his house. All those toys in the background, that's just a matte painting. You know.
It's a green screen.
Exactly. Kind of slides it up and pulls it down.
Yeah, I'm sure if I was doing a green screen, it would be a lot nicer of a fucking collection than what I got. I'm starting to loathe my collection.
You're starting to loathe your collection? Hating it?
Looking at it and going, ugh.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
man, come on. Thought you loved that Fans Toys Phoenix. Come on.
It's those fucking nerdy chugs that you didn't
First
get
got
rid
him
of.
a few weeks ago. He's in the same fucking spot. I haven't touched him. I haven't fucking done anything with it.
That's
I
because
got a
that
box to sell it.
shitty ass ankle tilt.
It does have ankle tilt though. I have
Barely.
to give him that.
Barely.
Wow.
Like so barely that it's not even worth mentioning.
It doesn't matter. I know it's barely, but it's there. Russ, we had this discussion.
I know. I can't give in, man.
If I gotta let it go, you gotta let it go.
I guess. Fuck Fans Toys. Anyways,
Yeah, but I just I gotta just understand. I know there's a lot of people out there that want to have a bigger collection, and unfortunately they can't. And I am lucky enough that I'm able to, and I shouldn't talk like that. But I don't know. I just think I just need to revamp and redo, and get the love again.
No, but we've all been through the ups and downs and stuff. We've just discussed it before, So like sometimes when you just feel like you're in that downturn, you're looking, you're just, you kind of want to unload. We all feel like that every now and again. Just like you want to start doing other things maybe, or you're just like, fuck, what, like you look at the money you spent, man, I could have been in Honolulu for 3 weeks, and shit like that. So it's understandable, man. It's definitely understandable.
Honolulu, I could have bought a small island. And I would have been happy. I would have been all alone on my own little island.
The guys at work give me a hard time all the time. They're like, if you didn't spend so much money on all these fucking toys, you could probably have yourself a car that worked.
Oh shit!
You fuckers.
You got to be like, I love my collection though. It serves its purpose, Yeah.
Well, we got
I know, dude. Sometimes like I'm having a hard day at work. I'll come home, like my shelf right now. Like I took a bunch of stuff down from it to sell at the convention a week and a half ago. But sometimes, man, I'll just sit on the couch. I'll just look, and it is stress relief. You know what I'm saying? So you're probably looking at some of the chugs you got that you're trying to get rid of. You need to maybe rearrange your masterpieces, and you'll start finding that love again. Man.
I'll know like within 2 weeks what's going on with my life, if I'm staying here or moving. And once I know if I'm going to be staying for another year or so, I'll detolf it up. I'm not going to go out and buy detolfs if I'm going to be moving. You know what I mean? That just
no, man. Yeah.
Makes fucking no sense whatsoever. So let me figure out.
You said you were looking to move maybe by the end of the year, right?
November.
Yeah.
So
I hear you, man. At least exactly. If you know what you're doing, then you could just kind of settle in and refocus on what you want to do.
Yeah, within a week or so, I'll figure shit out, and then I'll go from there. If I do decide to go somewhere else, I'll get excited about having a redo my everything. Brand new setup. If I'm staying here, take that trip to IKEA. You see Rolling Steel's going every 3 fucking days. Buy more and more fucking detolfs every time you see him on fucking Instagram. He's at fucking IKEA. So
I might find the Ark of the Covenant in here.
I'll throw 3 more in the truck with him.
That was funny.
Fuck yeah. Hey, sometimes you need that, that change of space, and So
Sometimes you just need some Dragon Ball Z in your life.
No.
yeah,
I could think of probably 200 other collect things I would like to collect before I would even think about Dragon Ball Z. That's a lot of fucking lines to collect. I would have the whole mask line, even the fucking season 2 fucking racing shit before I'd buy a Dragon Ball Z figure.
No love.
I'll pay full price. I'll put full scalper price on a Voltron Solar Kajoken, whatever the fuck it is, before I buy a fucking Dragon Ball.
Jeez, that's when I what $400 or $500 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing is
Gary
crazy.
just got a hard on.
And that's it. Gary's like,
Yeah, I find myself looking for that online just for Gary. I just want him to have it.
Oh,
Like,
oh,
every
you-
day I just check.
You know, I kind of just I pause and I quit on that thing for a little bit because with my luck, even though they say it, you know, as soon as I do it and pull the trigger at that crazy price, it'll get reissued. You know, so,
Exactly.
or someone will change their mind and put one up, you know, somewhere in the realm. So
Just waiting for
I'll just wait it out.
Don't worry, you might catch
for that
me
KO.
within the next 6 months.
Yeah.
I might put that shit up for sale in 6 months. Like, you know, you never know.
Or another company will announce their better one.
Yeah.
could you never know.
Lego.
There's always something better, right?
I will say though, it's true. I think I said it on one of the other hangouts. It's like when when we moved a few months ago recently, it kind of re-energized me just planning out how to display things differently. You know, I purged a lot of stuff just before the move, and I won't say I started completely over, but you know, it was different, and it kind of got me excited again. As far as looking for just different ways to look at things and set it up a little bit differently. So sometimes it helps make a difference.
Yeah, and I'm not really even all that fucking excited to get DTOFs. I don't know if I want to do DTOFs. I don't know if I want to be limited to those squares. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're small squares. Can't really get that much in there.
That's
Yeah.
that's kind of why I backed off away from getting
Yeah.
them. Is
I don't know. If,
spacing.
I don't know if that's what I want to do, because then I feel like I'm
Well, and
really
the thing
cramming
is-
my collection in there.
Mhm.
I mean, I know there's
There's so
options,
many
you have
other
visors and
ways.
stuff, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so many other like creative things you can do.
Yeah.
I
was even
Right.
thinking. I know me and Brian talked about, because he's a little up in the air about what he wants to do also, but just putting a bunch of shelves, like the rails on the wall, just put them all across from fucking ceiling to the bottom of the floor, and then go with the shelving that you could just adjust, and you could do whatever
Yeah.
you fucking
Yep.
want.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Up, down, left, symmetrical. You know what I mean? You could just create your own space. From
Yeah,
floor-
just use that fucking
Yeah.
slat wall shit.
Yeah, maybe it's not under glass, but it's still another option.
And it gives you options.
Yeah,
that's the thing is you're not limited. It's like,
As your collection changes, you can change your display with it. You're not, like, fuck, what am I gonna do with this? It doesn't fit in the DTOF.
Well, and that's the thing that the DTOFs, I get the pragmatic use of it. They're all enclosed, but sometimes people fill those things up so much you don't
Too
even get the
much.
benefit
You
of seeing
can't even-
anything. Yeah,
And I really like those the hacks that they came out with. We've had me and Steel had that idea fucking years ago to make another shelf. Get another shelf in there, so you're not using that whole big space. You could kind of like cut it in half. With the little additions that you put in there. You have to buy the glass, but it's easy enough to pick up. But we really need out there a newer collector-friendly glass cabinet.
No, you're
I mean,
right.
that's an investment thing too, if you think about it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's shit costs money.
You make.
add it all
No,
up.
I'm saying like to make one. Pull some money and design one and
Yeah.
fabricate it. I mean, it's work and all, but if it catches on like a DTOF does, DTOFs are used in every fucking thing of collecting, not just Transformers, everything, statues, to hot toys,
Yeah.
the sideshow
toys.
shit, all that bullshit.
I think
that's
the appeal
go-to.
to that is they're $60
Yeah.
as opposed to
Yeah.
something that somebody makes. It's going to cost a lot more to make it, or
Yeah.
a lot of the other options out there is way more expensive.
I don't know if you guys know. Did you see Lenny's collection lately? Does that
Oh, yeah.
collection with those custom fucking cabinets he has?
yeah.
Yeah.
It looks fucking incredible. It's a fucking museum. That is, you have if you have your collection and you really wanted to show it off, you have to spend some money.
Yeah.
It's like
No, you're
you
right.
spend money to make money in a business. You know?
You have to get shit that's like friendly, really exhibit friendly. You know.
I don't think detolfs are in that case. You know?
No, I don't know that
Not
they
for
are
a large
either.
collection.
No.
Yeah, I
That's
think they
true.
look really good with statues. Like, one big like centerpiece that you could kind of put on the shelf, and your eyes could just be drawn to it. If you put too much on the detail shelf, then it kind of you could lose focus. I actually like the bookshelf setup. Because you could actually put a few figures on there. You could space them out. Put a little bit more if you want, but you could still interact and grab them.
Yeah.
They're not behind the glass where you feel like you can't touch them.
I think what it is everybody sees all these collections online and whatnot with the lights and the glass and the oohs and the ahs, and then when they get it in their place and why doesn't mine look that good? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's easy.
I know we discussed this before. Time and time again, whether between Enter the Realm or one of the Hangouts, but I don't know. That's just with me. I really don't know. I think it's just with me. I don't know yet what I want to do.
Well, it's a good thing to touch on because that's like the end game. You're buying it to eventually display it, and have it the way you want it. But I agree with you. I mean, the detolfs are for what they are. $60, $70, but they're also for somebody who doesn't know if they're going to be in the same place. It's also something that they can move back and forth. You go and get a custom built cabinet. You get a custom built cabinet that goes upstairs in somebody's house, and then you decide, what, I'm going to move next year. What the fuck happens to that custom built cabinet? You got to take it apart to take it out of the house.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. I did these the floating shelves in our new house instead of the bookcases. But if I weren't in a house I bought, I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? So you're right. That's kind of depending on what your goals are.
Yeah, good point.
They're gonna be.
Yeah, I just think like a company needs to come out with something that's a little bit newer, but for more of a modern collector now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if it's what we really want, it would catch on, and if it was at a decent price point, it would catch on, and that would probably be the detolf killer. You know what I mean?
So Ed, like if somebody came out with like the fucking detolf that was like double the size, how some people customize it,
double the size,
right?
And you could get more shelves in there, and you're able to adjust your shelving to the height that you want. Yeah. And you could buy extra shelves to go in there. You know what I mean? So something like a double detolf with adjustable shelves.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I think that would be perfect. And I know some people, they hack theirs and they open them up and make them double. But it's not the most stable. You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Well, basically, it's just a mod. It's not something that you could do. Like it's not meant to be built that way.
No, not at all. I mean, these things are like it's the one thing that holds these detolfs pretty much together is like the pressure of it all being together. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You go changing the engineering and popping off a side. Now it's not as stable or as strong as it should be. You know what I mean? Okay. So that's scary too.
Yeah. Heard about people like laying them down, and I heard there's a way to rig it up, but it's kind of dicey because if you don't do it right, shit's gonna collapse on you.
That's awful.
Yeah, and then you see a lot of other like bookcases and stuff that the doors have metal or wood borders around it, and that takes away from your display because you really can't see all in. What's so good about the detolfs is you could see in.
Yeah,
from every angle.
Yeah,
that's true.
I don't know.
I just wish detolfs were bigger, like bigger space wise. Like I wish their shelves were bigger inside. That's my only problem. Yeah, just wider, so we could fit some more stuff in, having things proportioned better. So
yeah, I think I would prefer like shelving though, like shelves and kind of like something that's a little bit more open where you could kind of see your collection better, interact with it a little bit more, even though it's going to be a pain in the ass to, have to dust it, at least once a month or so. I know a lot of people avoid the dusting with the detolfs, like no dust gets inside those things. So
yeah, I mean, I don't want to split my fucking Dinobots onto two shelves.
Yeah.
Crammed in and catty cornered, you know what I mean? And then I can't really pose them.
Yeah.
I'm not a baller where I'm going to buy one fucking detolf with just my fucking Dinobots. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't got that much room, or I don't want that. I'm just looking to buy three with a fucking, what is that? The Palex stand, or Phalanx, whatever the fuck that stand is.
Yeah. Calyx or
Calluses, whatever.
Callus.
All right, so
we really went off. We really went off the fucking topic.
I know.
It's fine. It's fine. We got time to kill.
You never know. You might get somebody watch and be like, you know what? I do some custom glass work. This is what I can do.
I'm not looking to buy a bong, okay? That's the only custom glass work anybody that's fucking watching this show does, okay? Let me tell you that, right?
You can hit me up. Don't worry about it. Hit me up. I got you.
Yeah. Dave's like, I need that.
And you guys brought up.
I think maybe the ROC needs to start putting some of his money into a new type of glass cabinet to make. Never know. Things can happen.
Exactly. It's not a bad idea.
Patent is pending. You guys that brought up the Solar Chigok and Voltron earlier. Malum and Sunday Heat in the chat said they both got a Toynami version for you guys in case you need them.
I don't think it's quite the same.
Yeah, I think that's the $400 version they also put out. Came out more or less around the same time. Yeah, not the same thing. All right, so Dave wanted to talk about some Game of Thrones stuff tonight, but real quick before we get into that, and I know you, Dust, you and the fellas talked about it last night, the Galaxy Meteor cancellation from Make Toys. I just wanted to bring it up real quick and ask the guys here like what they thought about that.
Yeah, well, there's more news now. Now they're saying that they were trying to push so they could do a fucking supposedly so it could be a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
So they're going to get money to create a figure that's already done. You get what I'm saying?
So that's I did read some like a thread like that on Facebook today.
Shit, man.
So they basically put out a statement yesterday saying that due to low pre-orders that they were canceling the Galaxy Meteor project. They said they were sorry for the inconvenience to the loyal supporters. They said, please keep an eye on the Facebook as more info becomes available. So there was a huge outcry from the community. A lot of people, some people didn't give a fuck because if they weren't going to buy it, they didn't care anyway. A lot of other people that were interested, were obviously upset. So I guess there was enough of a social media outcry that they put out a statement today saying that thank you for the love. We here at Make Toys have noticed and heard your voice. We've seen the last 24 hours. You've seen your posts, read your emails, viewed your tweets. We thank everyone for their efforts and hard work to force this project to come to fruition. So they said they are currently discussing options with retail and hope to have answers for everybody soon. So it's pretty interesting because, like Dust said, I think this project was pretty much done. There's box art. I think some review copies have been sent out to some people. There's some reviews
they were selling
out
it
there.
The UK show, right? Weren't they selling it there?
TF Nation.
And look, see, and it was already on sale at a convention.
You got to think of it this way: the hardest part, the biggest nut was already paid for. The engineering and the sculpting. The whole fucking shebang. Paying someone to fucking come up with it.
Yep.
What the fuck are they trying to pull, man? They're pulling some shit, man.
It is weird. Like, do you think this is like something that they said to maybe drum up more support? Like, if they felt like they weren't going to be selling X amount of product, that if them announcing that they're going to cancel it would just want everybody's going to be like, well, I'm going to buy it now. I'm going to buy it to support, so they could keep putting out more stuff. Like, do you think it's a publicity stunt like that?
Yeah, they're crying wolf.
It's definitely something on those lines, man. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, because they did get a lot of there was a lot of love and support on the forums that I was reading. You know what I'm saying? So people that were saying that they'd actually buy one, just to support, so future projects could be made.
It seems like they wanted a double dip.
Yeah,
we're going to get our money back when we sell it, and then if we do a GoFundMe, we can line our pockets even more.
Yeah. So the GoFundMe thing is like they basically people could just buy in. If the product's already made, so the money's already spent, so they're basically just recouping dough, and then they're gonna just sell whatever extra and basically make profit. So
is Russ sleeping? Oh, I thought Russ was sleeping.
No, I'm awake. I'm sorry. I'm actually texting back and forth with my boss. Aggravated.
He's here with us. He's here. Yeah. So what do you guys think? What's your impression just by basically hearing that yesterday and the news that came out now about a possible GoFundMe, or maybe it even being a retailer exclusive, like maybe it's exclusive to BBTS, TF Source, or one of those kind of shops. So what do you guys think? Do you have an opinion? Anything you guys want to say about it?
I mean, I didn't know about the news today, but I mean, I wasn't necessarily upset that they weren't going to make it.
Right.
I saw Bobby's review and I was like, wow, that looks like a good figure. I might just buy it anyway because it looks dope. And I have the original Cybertron version of it, but I wasn't necessarily,
It didn't
running
break
out
your
the
heart.
pre-order. Yeah, it didn't break my heart. I didn't have it pre-ordered to begin with, so if they do it, whatever, I might pay for it. But now with this news today, I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, who
I think
fucking
it's like any.
pre-orders?
Yeah,
All right,
well, that's the thing,
which one's
right?
gonna go?
Go ahead.
You can go, Dave. Go ahead.
1, 2, 3.
No, I was gonna say the thing is it's like, what did they do really, right? So regardless of what's legitimate or not, they put a cost-free post out on social media, and then everything else took care of itself. So go back, like 4 or 5 weeks ago, with the Toy World and Zeta Toys and this and the $60 robots, right? It's all cost those companies nothing, and the forums and the fans are the ones who kind of perpetuated and brought those to the attention of other people. So to me, I don't know. I mean, I personally really didn't care about the figure. It looked like a good review. I watched Bobby's review also and thought, hey, those are kind of fun as a toy. No connection to it. But who knows where they're really at, but they put a message out there. They can see the reaction. They can kind of see what people think, and they're going to win either way, because if they just put it out like they normally would, then people think that they're a great company. And if they, do it through some other avenue, people still get the product, you know what I mean? So I almost just think it's really just trying to get some kind of cost-free advertising for them and make their name be a topic of conversation.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, because this definitely generated like a whole bunch of buzz. So that basically is free publicity. And then you got the people sympathizing with them, like basically saying that we're not putting it out due to low pre-orders. So now it looks like you might have some more people more inclined to buy it because they said they were going to cancel the figure.
Exactly. And that was my last point, is how many people who collect, right, whether they're going to do something with it or not, find something that they know is hard to find and they buy it because they didn't have any interest until they knew, hey, that's really hard to get. And now I have a chance to get it, right? So I think it's the same thing. Hey, here's this figure that a lot of people really did want, and if it does come out, there's just maybe a misconception that it's rarer or more difficult or in less production volume, and so someone who might not have bought it before maybe buys it now for those motivations. I don't know.
I'll buy to scalp it. Fuck them.
It's a scheme. It's a scheme.
Where's Dom?
But Russ, that's just it. Like, there's a bunch of people that would do that, and that's what they're hoping for. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh well, look at the ones that they sold at TF Nation, or the few that were handed out for like reviews and shit, right? So if they never come out with this, you don't think you're gonna see one for fucking $400 or $500 on eBay, and somebody's gonna be like, well, I have one of 10, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Or, they can go, I was telling Russ earlier, they can go the fucking MMC route and do a fucking exclusive for TFCon because it's a month away, and just say, oh, guess what? We're only gonna throw 500 of these out there, and everybody's gonna buy it. It's gonna sell out. Just like
gonna get stuck in customs.
Exactly. and just like, and I'm a sucker for that because I buy a lot of the exclusives, the MMC exclusives, and
Dragon Ball Z figures.
But at the end of the day, they don't really retain much value. Even the ones that were harder to get 3-4 years ago, you can still find now for a few bucks over retail.
Yeah, there's a buzz for the first few months, and then it dies down.
Exactly, and that's what maybe they're trying to create with this, because Make Toys has the Seekers that are going to be coming out with a Starscream, the G1 version that's coming out, and everybody's hyped about that. So they're probably like, oh, well, nobody's going to buy this now, so let's make it an exclusive.
I was going to say it's like Penis Envy, but with Starscream.
Yeah, it's like what I said yesterday. I think that they're getting really brave with this fucking let's find the next big thing everybody wants, like Cybertron Armada shit. Really?
Yeah.
They're I mean, it's bad enough that Beast Wars is. I'm not saying it's bad, but they're testing the waters with Beast Wars, and now they're testing the waters with Masterpiece movie figures, and it seems to be working. I think this Cybertron shit is too soon.
Might be
I
too
think
soon.
so,
About
too.
5, 6 years too soon, right?
Yeah. I think they're just trying, and the pre-orders weren't there, and they were like, "Fuck it, we gotta fucking make money somehow on this, so we're gonna take it, we're gonna eat it."
It's too soon. They gotta wait for these kids that were watching that to fucking get careers and get some money and spend them. Like we're doing now.
Well, it's almost at that point though, because I think Cybertron and it was adapted from Galaxy Force. Like I think these shows came out in like 2002, 2003, so it's already like 14, 15 years. If those kids were 10 watching that, they're about 25 now. Hopefully they're young in their careers and making some money that they want this stuff, but
also
obviously not.
They're not known for finishing shit. They'll start these fucking figures, and you're like, all right, man, we're gonna get the headmasters. Well, where's the fucking rest?
Where's my headmasters?
Where's the rest of them? Why are you fucking testing the waters for the future because you're trying to beat the next guy to the fucking punch? Fucking finish releasing a line that you started 2 years ago. Your fucking shit's getting KO'd because it seems like you got a mole in your fucking house. There's somebody shady in your fucking squad that's getting this shit out there like that, or at the fucking factory. Finish something first. Finish it. All these companies finish the fucking line.
Yeah.
As much as I like Make Toys product, that is a big problem. That not just them, but like Eddie said, a lot of other.
Look at all that shit that they started, and you don't hear about anymore. Oof, gone.
Yeah, it's true.
Put out a couple of headmasters, didn't finish, and then they started
doing headmasters. Quick, let's do some masterpiece headmasters.
Yeah.
We'll ride their coattails and then stop. That's what killed Fans Project.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. It's true.
Way too long, man. Way too long. And then you know what happened? The chug truck just ran away, and then the fucking MP bus pulled up.
They created their own fucking line. They have the cross dimension line. It's their line. What have they done? How many figures have they done so far? They've done.
Well, the fourth one.
They're all over the place,
right?
They're all over the place.
Focus on that. That would be fucking. I mean, they've still got so many good things they could put out in that cross dimensions line, and they have. It's like, what the fuck, man? You give us a black fucking. Black combo. Get out of here, man.
Well, you knew that was going to happen.
I know, but it's just. I agree with you. I think they're all over the place. I think it's
there's some companies that are really sticking to what they're doing. They're getting in their lane and staying there. And Fans Toys is definitely one of them because they're doing what they're doing.
Sure.
You got these guys that are doing the legend shit, the legend scale shit. They're staying in that lane. You got, unfortunately, the War Cybertron shit. They're staying in that lane. MMC is kind of doing like IDW shit. And that's fucking fantastic. Don't go all over the place trying to take over the whole fucking collecting world. Like, fuck everybody. We're going to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this before everybody else. Stick to what they do.
Because they have their Chug Combiner line, and then the Cross Dimensions is just their own original designs, their masterpiece.
And let's face it, their quality and their engineering has dropped. They're not the same that they used to be.
I mean,
it's not a brand you could trust.
Yeah, you just go on their website alone. You go to their products. You see like 6, 7 different lines that they attempted.
Yeah,
you don't see that with everybody else.
Well, it's kind of cool to have options, and that's great. Everybody's happy. But, because one line isn't doing well, you're going to forget about this and go with that and push with this and do something brand new. And then where's your loyalty? I don't know.
I think that's the problem with having so many like subdivisions, is that you can't really focus on one. Like you said, we're waiting on Headmasters. They put out 2. They haven't put out anything else. They've put out 2 or 3 releases from this Cross Dimensions line. So now we're waiting for more remastered. So it's just. I would just wish they could kind of, like you said, focus on the line and start just keep putting those figures out. So at least you feel like you're getting a more of a complete collection.
Yeah, at least finish the Autobot Headmasters. Was there 2 more left?
Yeah.
Yep. Just get them done.
It feels to me like there's a level of just straight up dishonesty that they're putting out right now. It's like it really does feel like they're just bullshitting, all the way around.
Well, they're taking all these companies are taking us to the fucking. We're fools. They think we're assholes. We're dumb idiots.
Because we're buying shit for way more than we should be buying it for, and I don't know. One of the things I was hoping with Zeta Toys, and even, I was hoping that they might kind of pull the wool, kind of pull the cloak off, so to speak, I guess, just sort of say, hey, look, you don't really have to pay that much, and we can give you, and look what we can do. You can give you a quality figure, You don't have to pay $100, $150, and here we go. Look what we have. You know. Yeah. So I'm hoping maybe
with them, I think there's a lot of bunch with them also. It's like they don't have to charge that much because they got paid to do the fuck. They engineered the thing and they got paid.
And they stole that shit.
So they don't have to take a hit in the pocket. You know, they're just paying for
good point
plastics. They're getting paid. They're paying for the packaging. They're paying for that shit. You know.
Yeah, they've got the major shit. One of the big things out of the way. The big costs.
And it's funny because when they first said weren't they supposed to be like 40 or 50, and some shops are selling them for like 75.
Which figures? Which ones?
The Zeta.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when they first said, they're going to retail for $40, $45.
The Zetas, I
like 70.
I thought 60, but you do see some people trying to get those little extra dollars out of people. You know, you almost can't blame them. I guess they're trying to take advantage of the people that don't know any better, and they're just expected to pay like $100 for those figures, because that's normally what you would pay for like a figure that size anyway.
Yeah, and Chat William, he said something in the chat. At least KFC and X-Trans bunch are staying with their shit. And they are. There's some quality issues and shit. Whatever, people have their complaints or whatever. They're in their lane. They're giving you really good scopes and really good designs. G1, and they look fucking good.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah. You got to give them some credit for that. At least they're trying to.
Well, honestly, in all their past releases, I think there's more successes than there is bombs. So, where there was more bombs than successes beforehand. So, they are definitely progressing.
It sounds like they're getting better from what everyone's saying. I mean, that's the feeling I'm getting.
Yeah, but it's too late, man. The name is tarnished.
Yeah, that's true. They should change their name like everyone else does. Yeah. Oh, God, they already were. We're this now.
They already got so many companies. You could be buying Make Toys product and not even realize it.
That's for sure. Probably. Yeah.
All right. So, what do you guys think on the flip side? I wanted to throw this question out there. Also, so they said they were canceling the project due to no pre-orders. And, we've discussed before, like how a lot of us don't pre-order anymore because there's basically like a surplus of product. You don't really have to pre-order, if you want to buy something, because it's usually just readily available. So, like, do you think like a lot of people take the wait for the KO approach also? So do you think like the burgeoning like KO market is also affecting, sales for something like this? Because people are going to wait for it to get KO'd and, pay half the price?
There's that word again.
You know what? I'm not anti-KO. I don't give a fuck. If you want KOs, go get it, okay? But I'm going to tell you, I'm not a KO guy. I've got one KO in my collection. That's that fucking gold Lamborghini. It's like what everyone has. I don't. Even though KOs are enticing to me, I never pulled the trigger on another one. It's not my thing. But if you're collecting that way, then that's just retarded. I mean, then you might as well just you're collecting KOs. Then you're a KO collector.
Let's stay on point here, because we're not going into another KO discussion.
Well, yeah, I don't want to go.
Feel that these up and coming KOs are taking a little piece of the pie.
Well, I think they are, sure, because there are people out there that are going to go for the KO instead of the legit, the real deal.
Especially when they're both announced within months from each other or weeks.
Right.
From each other.
Yep. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think it's been discussed that they're saying like a lot of things going on like behind the scenes that a lot of consumers might not be aware about. But that supposedly the KO market is really hurting these third-party companies. And then you see a company like Make Toys that does pretty well for itself and puts out a lot of product, and now all of a sudden they're saying they're canceling something due to low pre-orders.
With these KO companies, is they're third-party companies that are KO and shit. Other people's shit. Mm-hmm. These are actual companies, the same companies that make toys, or this person or that person. Some of these guys are the ones that are putting these KOs together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They're just fucking each other. You got it's like a sick fucking soap opera. It's like a reality show with these designers and these guys. I wish
third-party drama.
I wish I could watch it. I would love to sit there and watch a show like this. Of course, it'd be sometimes, but I would love to sit there and watch this show.
You're right there. They'll steal designs and run to another fucking company or run to someone else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or someone's in the office and they see something, and they go run to their second job where they're making something for I don't know, KFC and drop a bomb over there. Well, they're doing this, and boom, they make one. And then you have the wars.
Let's say how many of these designers do you think are working for multiple companies at the same time?
They all are.
I mean, it has to be, because there's not. That's crazy, man.
That's crazy.
You hear stories about how they all get together and they all have all these like powwows and talk about shit. You can see them sitting there having lunch and laughing at all these other companies and shit. You know what I mean? there's stories all over the fucking net about that shit on message boards and listen to other podcasts and shit. It's funny, man.
That's crazy to think, though, just because like how KOs eventually wind up hurting the market, and then some of these third-party companies themselves are actually KOing other products, like with them knowing how it hurts the market. So in the end, they're gonna wind up hurting themselves, and they still do it. So that's just fucking mind-boggling.
It was never confirmed, but there was always that talk about BB7 being an offshoot of iGear.
Yeah,
or something like that. One of the brothers or something like that. I don't know if it was ever came to fruition of that's exactly what it was. I remember Greg was talking about it, but he said he wasn't 100% sure. So I don't know where it went with that. But
I've heard that before.
It's just to show you, look, iGear is Toy World. Toy World was iGear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are just fucking turning the cheek tomorrow. Unique Toys and DX9, they're the same family.
Yeah.
The father runs the business. I talked to Hanny about that. And the two brothers are always fighting. That's why the styles are always different. One guy wants to do it one way. The other guy does it the opposite way just so he doesn't do it like his brother.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's fucking hilarious, dude.
That's how we're getting our toys and shit.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All
right.
As next episode on as ankle tilt. As the world turns, as the ankle tilts.
I just wanted to check what you guys thought about that, because I don't think I've really, usually if a project doesn't come to fruition, it's usually done quietly. Like they don't announce like something that's pretty much done, and then they're saying they're just not going to put it out. So I just thought it was kind of strange. Make
Toys has always been, in my opinion, the whiny one of the bunch. The soapbox. So.
Well, if you guys, we're going to have to buy these X-Trans bot Stunticons just because it sounds to me like they're trying to fuck over the KO company that's trying to rip them off. So.
Well, the funny thing is that, they announced these cheap prices and then the KO company came out with that sideswipe garbage of that mold.
Yeah.
And they did a terrible, shitty ass fucking job that fucking KFC could have probably came out at regular price.
Yeah.
Now they got to stick to it,
It's hilarious, dude.
Just for the ones they announced, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad, man. I saw some pics of that. It looked pretty shitty.
I think Glorious there's a Glorious review out there, I think.
Yeah. I'll have to look for it. That's great. Oh, man. Well, that was fun. I like bashing.
No, it's just funny, man. It's just like these fucking companies are just fucking sitting back laughing, man.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It's time. I know it's a lot to say, but it's time as collectors. We are getting smarter. There's a lot of us that are smart already, but there is collectors that are definitely getting smarter and changing their buying habits and being smart with the collections. And we're actually like they say that the curtain's being pulled back on the Wizard. And now we see the inside, and we see price points, and in profit margins, and costs, and where not everybody knew that information beforehand.
Yeah.
Well, I also think
I hear that
we're all streamlining, trying to streamline shit a little bit too. It's like we're gonna be smarter about what we buy now. If your quality sucks, you're not getting my money. Better get your shit on par,
I think that way, but I'm a sucker for certain things, man.
Yeah.
And everybody like, why? I had to do it. I wanted it, and I did it. So fuck you.
The market's flooded now anyway. You know what I mean? Like, we have so many options. It wasn't like 3-4 years ago where this one rendition of this one character came out and everybody bought it.
That's it. And oh my God, it's so cool. Yeah. It looks so much like G1. And then when you look at it now, what the fuck was I thinking? Was I blind?
Yep.
It's like, wow, really?
Oh, that's great, man.
Those iGear fucking mini warriors? Yeah. They were the cat's ass, man. Now you're like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah.
It don't look like no Cosmos.
All this background drama definitely has me changing, like with the buying habits and stuff, because like the Zeta toys and even like the X-Transbot stuff, and they're talking about putting out these figures for $40 and $60 when before you were paying $90 and $100. And then you just see how much money they're making. It's like, fuck, like if they're able to put out a figure for $40, like why are we paying $100?
And think about what these retailers are making.
Yeah,
That's true.
You know,
Their markup is fucking insane.
I ain't nowhere to bash anybody about making money. You want to make money, you make money.
exactly.
Right.
I feel
If
the same
someone's
way,
gonna spend $30 over what regular retail is to buy from you, then that's on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
I
point.
feel the same way, but I feel like, you know, just some of those prices now that you're seeing what they're planning on releasing some of this stuff at, you know, it's kind of ridiculous. You know, like you're basically.
He's totally muted, Dave.
That's what you get for opening up a fucking Dragon Ball Z figure on the air, motherfucker.
all I'm hearing is crackling, and I know it's him.
That's not me. That's JD.
Yeah, JD's
That
always
was me.
JD's usually always want to open and shit on the show.
Dave's like, motherfucker, that wasn't me.
Me?
I'm like, you
That's so
muted me.
serious.
What the fuck? Am I breathing too loud? Shit.
Well,
Get my
that's
asthma
where we-
pump.
Yeah.
I'm done now. I was trying to be quiet.
All right, Jose,
But-
apologize. You know, that was bad.
He won't apologize. He's like, fuck that. Fuck Dave.
Oh shit!
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
You're gonna
Go
say
ahead, G Money. I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
was just gonna say no worries. I was just kind of gonna add to the idea of being a smarter collector. It's not just look. I agree. Look, a business they can ask whatever they want, and
Yep.
people will either buy it or not buy it, right? And whatever the retailer makes, look, it's not my business. I don't care unless it is literally my business that I'm running, and then it's that's up to me to manage. But I think, being the smarter collector is, you guys always said the patient saves pockets, right? So there's a great kind of thought there. I think being an active member of the community, you get to learn a lot from other collectors and what other people have and get feedback that way, right? So, which is, I think, more than just watching someone else's review who you don't really know. So when you can really, have that personal connection, I think it makes it a little bit easier. But even sourcing product, I think there's so many places to go. Where I remember when I either went to TF Source or BBTS, and now there's so many other places, that you can find products or get from, right? And even whether, like I said, I'll come back to the NJCC, being able to kind of handle and look at some figures I never would have considered purchasing. It worked, I didn't buy a few things I thought I might have, and I bought some different stuff. But even that technique, I think, has made me, a little bit more savvy in kind of the collecting piece. So, there's just a lot of other factors I think in motion here that kind of adds to it. But yeah, if Zeta Toys wants to make a decent figure for $60, like I've got that blast off the jet, and for $60, I love it because it's fun. I don't feel like I overpaid. I feel like I got exactly my money's worth, and I'm good with it. So it kind of helps, I guess, with the. Going back to that original topic about the energy around the collecting as a whole.
Yeah.
Good point.
Gary,
That's a
really good point. I mean, I wouldn't have learned half the shit that I know today if it wasn't for this.
Me either.
Yep.
Either watching or just being involved, or it's changed me completely. Like I used to be that guy, like, oh, I want that, jump, buy it. Don't get me wrong. There's still things that I do that with, but
Dragon Ball Z figure.
Exactly. But listen, that was a long time in the coming. I've been saying that I was gonna buy this line for a long time, and I finally, I'm getting bored with Transformers. I've been saying it for months. I will still collect Transformers. Transformers will always be number one, but there are times where I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna fucking wait. I'm gonna play the waiting game on shit, especially with combiners. Yep. Especially, I got to shout out Pinkerton, the Pinkerton approach. He had something with that, because how many times did we buy something that was like, and then all of a sudden, Vans Toys is coming out with, a rendition of it, or Takara decided, we're gonna do it now. Maybe the waiting game is the way to go, especially if you do feel like you're getting slighted in some way, like, oh, why am I paying this much for a toy that's not worth it? But then when I get, some might disagree, but
well, you can disagree all you like.
But and again, like for anybody watching and anybody that's like just starting out their collection, like talk to one of us, talk to the guys, ask questions. We'll direct you in the right. There's other forums of buying stuff too. You just don't have to go to BBTS and TF Source.
Yeah.
We have other sources, and we're saving money doing that. So, and sometimes it pays off buying something secondhand if you really wanted something and you don't want to pay the full asking price, wait a few months. Somebody else might drop it. You know, G Money might just, you know, sell you something quick because he had a little impulse buy.
If you want some of them Dragon Ball Z figures, just keep an eye out in
Oh,
the
yeah, keep an
message
eye
group.
out for Energon Act. They might be selling some Dragon Ball Z figures in a few months on the cheap. But,
On the cheap.
Oh, you will.
but
be.
no, I mean, if at all anything, you take away that from this show or ETR or any show that you might watch, you know, just don't jump on something just because they say it's great. But you know, if you hear a bunch of guys saying, well, you know, I'm gonna wait because somebody else might be coming out with something, maybe you should do the same.
Nah, good point. Shit.
No.
Oh, you motherfuckers making good points tonight. What the fuck?
I wait too long. Sometimes I wait so long I can't buy the fucking thing because it's sold out.
Shout out to Fans Toys Phoenix.
Yeah, you know, I had to wait until Handy got that second round.
Yeah, but
You
see,
know, I don't have a grinder yet. I haven't bought grinder yet, and it seems like that's going to be hard. You know.
Yeah, but you still usually have that next batch that's coming out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what I think they're going to do with grinders? They just released the magnificent paint version.
Yeah.
The silver version and the G2 version, and they just released the new Dino head, the replacement for the Barney head.
I
love you, Barney head.
Barney head.
You, Grimlock, love me. So yeah, I think they're gonna eventually do another re-release, probably with the new head in there already. You know, for a second run, I could see that happening, and that's what I'll wait for.
Yes.
If not, I'm very happy with my my MP Grimlock because it's the same fucking figure, just smaller.
Yep.
That's cool. Not bad.
Exactly. You got something that's basically filling that spot. So I guess you didn't feel like you needed to get the grinder right away because you already had the Grimlock.
I didn't, and I didn't like the way the head looked. And then I heard they were doing the new head. I'm like, all right, now it's back on the radar. But honestly, there's like 10 other things that I would want to buy before I get that. I'm not putting $200 out there like that anymore. You know, even if I do have PayPal credit, it don't fucking matter.
See, now it's pretty interesting because you were pretty disappointed with the Phoenix. So, like, are you going to be wary about buying a Fans Toys product like in the future because of that one?
I'd be kind of, you know, it's with Fans Toys with me. It's like it's love and hate, and believe it, everybody's a Fans Toys. They missed on a lot of things. There's a lot of failures with Fans Toys that nobody really discusses. You know what I mean?
Well, I always say they get like they always get they get the Fans Toys pass.
Yeah,
like,
a little bit.
Of course,
Fans
that's what everybody's
Toys pass.
well, it's Fans Toys, but no.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying everything was a bad release, but there's just some things that were just like,
Yeah.
you know. I mean, look at that the headmaster, the wolf. What's his name? Lupus. That was a fucking dud. And that was another company that was just trying to get into that headmaster game real fast. Oh, we're going to scare Make Toys and let them think that we're going to make all the Decepticons, so they stopped making theirs, and look what happened. They stopped making theirs.
Yeah, it kind of worked.
And then where's Fans Toys? You haven't seen another headmaster for Fans Toys?
Where's either one of them?
Shit, where's Hoodlum?
See, Fans Toys is like the fucking bully, dude.
Or
I mean, where's Hoodlum? And I know we said that too. Well, you know, all of a sudden now Hoodlum's nowhere to be found, and they're showing us, you know, Coot, not next to Hoodlum. He's next to MP.
Yeah. They chickened out.
So
the card came out. And
so that means there's no test shot done for him. Or else they would have put the test shot in the pictures.
Then why do because they did that twice. So it was like a year or two ago that they first dropped the Hoodlum, and then a few months ago again. And they fucking got us going like if they were coming out with it.
Yeah, but they did the same thing with Phoenix. How long have we been waiting for that?
Well, they had to redo DACA's, you know, mold. Redid
DACA.
Wow.
They had to steal DACA shit. I love it. I mean, it's funny.
I don't know how we got onto Fans Toys, but whatever.
I
mean, honestly, we all have a bunch of Fans Toys here. Okay, what was one of the duds to you guys?
Perceptor.
And I'm not just trying to do this just to fucking bully on them, but honestly, even their Insecticons aren't perfect. Look at the back. I know you don't pose your fucking toys from the back, but they could have done a little bit better job cleaning that up. My kickback, the chest pops all the time, even if you tighten the screw. I know it's little things, but if Fans Toys is supposed to be the top notch, is the way to go.
Yeah. I always heard like the earlier Dinobots like had those issues, like the Scoria and stuff. And by the time Stomp and Grinder came out, they pretty much ironed.
Oh yeah, my Scoria is like now is a loose floppy mess. I have to get a new one.
Yeah, I was gonna say my Scoria is probably the worst one that I have.
But I think that's the one I transformed the most because I've had him the longest.
Yeah. What about Spotter?
Oh, what about Perceptor? That was
That's
great.
what I was gonna say. Tesla. Yeah, that thing was.
Yeah, he's you know he's not the worst. It does the job.
Right.
Yeah.
It does the job. There's no anything engineering other than his face that looks bad, but it's fucking Perceptor. There's not much you could get out of that, you know?
Yeah, true.
I praise them for actually doing it.
I mean, you can go down everything they came out with and kind of have something to say about it. Yeah, exactly.
It's a great representation, but it's not the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their Hound is like, it's like good looking, but it's not the best either. It has the scenario where you can actually break it.
And it's funny. I always come back to this because Jisk said this a long time ago on Into the Realm, and it always stuck with me that they did the Dinobots so well because they're so big, they're bulky, and the engineering is simple.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to say it all the time. Let's wait until they start having to do the smaller, really intricate design type stuff and see if they stay on top like they were. Yeah. Now here we are 2 years later. They're starting to do stuff that are a little bit more hard with designing and a little crazy on the engineering. And we're sitting here talking about how we're not happy. Yeah. It's like, don't quote me, man. Fuck you, man. It always stayed in my mind, man. It always stayed in my mind when you said that.
I don't know, man. They're like a hitter that's like hits like hits 150, but it still can hit a home run at any time, you know?
Yeah.
Because then look what they did. That Galvatron they did is sick.
Yeah.
Dude. I mean, that is incredible. And like, I personally think the car should just not even try. Because I don't think they'll ever top that. Yeah. So.
Yeah. It's all going to be partly subjective though, because it looks like Eric Wolf in the chat said that Spotter was a dud for him, but Rob Milton saying Spotter is the only Fans Toys product that he liked and he didn't sell.
Again, you're right. Yeah.
And it just goes by what people like and what people are looking for in their collection, man.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think it always comes down to your personal point of view. You know, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I'm no way turning on thinking how good Fans Toys is as a company.
Oh no, they're great.
They're always my go-to, believe it or not, for whatever it is. But I'm not going to wait for them any longer.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not waiting 2 years, man. I'll wait a year. I'll wait a couple of months. But I'm not waiting.
Yeah, I don't road to retirement. You can't wait that long.
Yeah.
I'm done. Hey, all I need is Trailbreaker and Cliff Jumper, and season 1 is complete.
I mean, I know there's people out there that Fans Toys is their own, is the only one that they go to, but I think I don't look at Fans Toys that way. I think there's lots of other figures out there that
Well, I don't think they should be as cocky as they are now.
There you go. That's
2 years ago, a year ago, yeah, you could be cocky, you could strut like Flair and do all that shit, but now you got to watch it because there's companies and there's people that are smarter and wiser and catching on the ways and picking up other people's picking up the way they do business, shit like that.
Yeah. So, everyone's improving, I think. And
they're not the cack of the walk anymore.
I think we're just gonna have to wait and see what they drop on TFCon because I think that's when they're gonna drop a bomb. And
look at C-Spray.
Oh yeah, I never bought that.
Yeah.
That thing. I mean, I was fucking. It's built well. It's built well, but it's just I don't know. It's just not for me.
It's not scratching that cartoon look for you, right?
Yeah, and it's funny how they seem to be going more toon in certain ways, but then
they
release something like that, which is kind of odd. Like, how could they drop the ball on something as simple as that?
I think they had that done
a long time ago, before they probably went this route. And it's just
I like it. Yeah. I have it. I like it.
I mean, it's but that's Sea Spray. Sea Spray is always got big feet, right?
Feet like that.
maybe it's a different design team, like in house, like since it just looks so different from their other like MP tune
possible
inspired looks.
Could be.
And it's kind of like their first mini bot. So
Yeah.
See, but like you said, it's just not scratching the look for you, but it's still well made. It's still a well made figure. So there's no QC.
It's a well made toy. It's just And sometimes I get that people get that mixed up when they hear me because I don't really put that. It's a good toy, but it's just not for me, and that's just me.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna of course stand by what I say. It's not the world. It's not what everybody needs to do. It's how I am and who I am.
it's more of a stylistic thing for you than it is really the.
Now it is. Yes. Now it's become that. Like look. I mean, I'm looking at him right now. The X-Transbots hoist. Fucking nailed it. There's some things on there I'm not too happy with. Not that it's terrible. I don't like the hands, the KFC hands, and the way the backpack, the plastic on some of the backpacks. Not shitty. It's not cheap. It's just that I wish it was a little bit of a better quality.
Yeah.
Thicker quality. It's not KO or thin or rubber, but it's just like I would think that I was hoping that it would just be a little bit better. But it looks like fucking hoist, and I'm happy with it. If Fans Toys comes out with one, I probably won't get it. I'll probably just keep this.
Yeah.
Well, if you're happy.
Yeah.
So I guess you're not a full-fledged adopter of the Pinkerton approach. Then.
No, never was. Never was. I totally respect that. It's a smart way to collect, but there's other options out there, and if people don't try those other, at least with Chris.
Yeah.
What Pinkerton with his, he was for a while there. He was all over the place. He used to only do Autobots. He'd only go a certain way. Then he started buying Decepticons, and then he was buying this and buying that. He was trying other products.
Yeah,
and
true.
He came to his own decision that this is how he wants to collect from now on. He's not telling you that's the way you should, even though he does promote it that way.
Yeah. Well,
it's his way.
Right.
It's his way. And the same thing with mine. This is my way and what I like to collect. And then I respect guys like Greg from Mercy, because Greg from Mercy will go out and buy something new just so he could check it out, check the plastic, check the quality, check the engineering. He doesn't like it, he cuts the price, he sells it a couple of weeks later.
He sure does.
But he wants to bring it in, he wants to see the product.
Yeah.
And shout out to him for that, because he's the first one to tell us, okay, this is good, but that's not good. I like this, but that's a piece of shit. You know what I mean? If you listen to SCU, he's like, I already sold it. Why'd you sell it already? Oh, it just wasn't for him.
He fucking sells everything, though.
He moves.
That's what he does. He takes the money back, and he just buys the next one so he could check it out. It's like he rents them.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like he rents them.
I don't mind spending money, $15, and have a figure for a couple of weeks, check it out, and then let go of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I've spent way more than that on fucking liquor at a bar that doesn't mean shit 5 hours later. You know what I'm saying? So
test it out with him, because he'll try out the new companies for everybody. And if he keeps it, you know it's good.
There's just also like so much stuff out there. Like sometimes I'm like, man, I want to kind of just be on that level and just go Fans Toys or Takara only. But then, Make Toys makes a good product, or MMC puts out something good, and you don't want to be like, oh, I can't buy it because I'm only doing this. Sometimes you do want to check things out. So
that's true. I don't want to ever lock myself down to one company.
Yeah. There's pros and cons. There's pros and cons. Like you do save money, stuff like that, and it eliminates that. Oh, like I'm gonna get this, and this is good enough until this comes out. Like it eliminates all that shit.
I'm just happy that there is a lot of options out there for it.
That's true. You're right, and that's the best thing.
And I really think that everybody, no matter how fucked up Transformer fans are, and how the fandom is, and how picky we are, everybody should be happy somewhere.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Other than a DC.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, there's so many.
Yeah. we're gonna see that at TFCon. That's my prediction. We're gonna see somebody come out with a fucking cliff jumper this year.
Oh, it's got to be done, man. It's got to be done soon.
I keep laughing because I always ask this: what cliff jumper do people want? Do people want the deformed cliff jumper, or do they want like a regular Porsche?
I want a deformed one.
You look like the penny racer.
The penny racer. Yeah, the penny racer. You want like a penny racer, but
it's going to be kind of hard to make happen. But
I agree. But I'm always curious because
look at fucking Wind Charger's car mode. It's good, but it's not exact.
Yeah. What is it, like a vehicle licensing issue? Is that the problem?
No. Well, for what? Takara? I don't know what the fuck's going on with Takara with that.
Yeah. Like, why haven't? Like, it's weird that we haven't gotten a cliff
Yeah,
jumper.
they just
like,
all they need to do is
easy.
retool that B. It'll be terrible, but you know.
Some people do that. They put that in place.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen a couple that people customize. And,
you shape down the horns a little bit. You're done.
Yep.
So right now, what we have is that one that's out there. X Transbots is supposedly coming out one done, and that didn't look that great. It looked okay, but it didn't look perfect. And that's kind of weird because XTV usually nails that. That
they usually
G1
nail
look.
the tune look.
Yeah, but then again, what we did was see a render. So
yeah, who was the other figure that you said like that you needed to complete that season?
Trailbreaker.
And I'm really, I was almost pulling the trigger on the XTB.
Looks good.
You know?
See, so there is like a masterpiece version that I figure out. So is Cliff Jumper the last one for everybody to have season 1 complete as far as like a masterpiece?
Yep.
Wow.
Season 1's not gonna ever be complete because then they're just gonna come out with better versions of them, and you're gonna have to get the better versions.
No, but at least you'll have some type of MP representation of like every season 1 character. That's pretty cool, man.
That is pretty cool.
Really, season 2, there's really not that much, but there's a lot of combiners.
Right.
That's the one thing that really fills in season 2.
Yeah.
Is, the combiners, really. I mean, you know, I think a lot of them are already done from season 2. A lot of mini bots and a lot of combiners.
You might be getting your G1 aerial boss coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, it's the end is near.
Yeah.
You know, and then I just like certain things from the movie in season 3. You know, I want some of that stuff. You know, which I already have most of that already. All I really need is the RC, the Springer Cup. You know, that's pretty much the main cast there.
Dusty mentioned on ETR, did you mess with your record at all anymore?
No, I haven't even gotten a chance to, man. You know, I really do have to sit down. I really haven't touched anything, man. I think that's what it is. I get like this a lot, and I think a lot of the time is me just sitting in this little area here with the lights on, taking some pictures, fucking with a figure, and that brings me back to it a little bit. And you know what also helps too? Rewatching the cartoon.
I agree with that. I will agree with that. Yeah.
You know, if I do buy something new, I'll open it right here in this chair with this in this little area right here, and I'll have that episode playing on my computer while I open it.
That's magnificent.
It gives you that fucking tune tickle, and you know, as you're fucking with it, and it's a really I enjoy it like that. You know.
That's so cool. That's great.
Everybody has their own little, you know, in the old days it used to be having a bad day at work, coming home and opening something.
Yeah.
The old 10 days I used to have 20, 30 figures on a back burner just sitting there not open. And I would come home and have a bad day, sit on the couch or sit on the recliner and just open one up right there and just look at it. No vroom, and just look at it, you know, and admire it.
Yep.
And that's what it's all about, stress release.
Yeah, that's true too.
That's cool.
Being a collector, huh?
What?
Rough being a collector.
Yeah, it's hard out here.
This shit ain't easy, people. This shit is hard.
You know, then there's the type of people that say, "Oh, you bought these fucking toys, but you don't touch them. What's the point of buying a Transformer if you don't transform it?" Well, that's what I like to do.
Yeah.
I don't sit there and go, "All right, they're gonna turn into cars." My favorite point of the show. Roll out. It's cool and it's a novelty to me.
Yeah, my shit goes in the bot.
It's a cool-ass robot that turns into a truck. I had never even transformed my MP10.
It's nice when you know that they can do it. Doesn't necessarily mean that you.
It doesn't necessarily need to have it.
You know,
the only thing I go back and forth with a lot of my Dinobots because a lot of people say, "Oh, I always remember them being in Dino mode from the show," but you know, I like them in robot mode because they look fucking badass.
Yeah,
but then
they
sometimes,
do. Yeah.
Sometimes I look at the shelf and I'm just like, man, yeah, let me spend an hour right now and fuck with these things. 2.5 hours later, it's still not done. And then I have 2 transformed and the other not, and then the next day I'll do another one, and I'm like, I'll finally get the shelf done and be like, man, I should have left them in robot mode.
I felt that way too about the Dinobots back in the day. Like I wanted to see them in robot mode more because I always thought that looked cooler, you know. the bot modes, but
they do look like some menacing motherfuckers in bot.
Yeah, I hated it in season 3 when Grimlock was always in his dinosaur mode. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it was annoying to me.
He was. You never saw him really out of it. I don't think you ever seen him out.
Nope.
In season 3,
I don't think so either.
You could thank the movie for that because he was in the movie almost the whole time and fucking.
Nope.
Unless for the battle. The battle.
That was
They were in robot mode, then transformed for the battle. Fucking interesting, man.
So like 20 seconds.
It's funny how that shit just sticks with you.
Yeah. It's weird.
That's why we love this shit, man. This is why we're grown men and we have all these ties to it.
It's nostalgia, man.
I'm telling you, man. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just start. I'm gonna start fucking just watching season 1. You know, start with season 1, go right through every single episode, and keep going. And I'm sure that'll bring back the love a little bit.
Yeah. The good thing is season 1's only like 16 episodes, right? You could blow through it pretty quick.
Yeah, just matter. You know, I'll throw them on like in bed or some shit. You know, because I have them on Plex. I have them on my hard drive. So I could just use Plex in the bedroom and just transfer it right from my hard drive to my Google Chrome, you know, my Chromecast. Whatever the fuck it is. But Heat says he was in robot mode in 5 Faces of Darkness. All right, Heat, man.
Nice. I was actually just rewatching that, but I was only on like part 2. I don't remember seeing it.
But how long was he in robot mode? This is what we're saying is mostly you saw it in dino mode.
It's mostly dino.
So it's funny. It's like, you know, like at first, like I won't watch them straight through. I'll just cherry pick certain episodes for certain things. Oh, this guy's gonna be in it. Let me watch that. Or I like the story arc with these guys, so I'm gonna watch this one. But I think what really does is like you start from number 1, you go through every single episode. That'll bring some of the love. I'm not out of love with Transforming. I think I'm out of love with the collecting right now. You know, I think that's what it is.
And like I said, I think that happens when we get that lull. There hasn't really been a ton of stuff coming out.
Nothing. There's nothing new. Nothing. You know, I don't know.
Sunday he put 20 seconds in robot mode.
I'm sure he knows too. I'm sure he definitely knows that. Boy, we were all over the place. We never got to that Game of Thrones discussion, did we?
We're gonna have to wait till the season's over.
I think that'll be a better thing to do. Maybe we'll have a special season recap where, you know, whoever's fans of the show.
Yeah, that way we won't spoil it. Yeah, then we won't spoil anyone or nothing like that. I mean,
spoiler. I was gonna say we had a spoiler-free episode today. So
now Tim can watch today's show because he's like, oh man, no, I can't watch it. I'm like, now you can watch it.
He thought we were going to be talking about it the whole episode, so I think he's waiting.
Cry me a fucking river.
All right,
we
guys,
said,
we can
said
start
no
wrapping
spoilers in the group. We said nothing about on the shows.
Good point.
All right, let's start wrapping up. We're almost at that hour-and-a-half mark, so let's shout out the chat. Dave, were you keeping track of the chat, Dave?
No.
Nah, I'm fucking with you. I got you, bro. I got you. All right, we had chat winging them up in there. Lord Shadowkeeper, Knight of Ren, Masterpiece, Shitpiece. What's up, Brammer? Ralphel Holloman, Martinus Prime, KJ Smith, BZ Fresh, Sunday Heat, Primacon, Eric Wolf, Sportimus, Lionel Medina, Rob Milton, Raul the Machine was up in there. What's up, Raul? Malone, Anthony Bird, Jisk 1, EE Prime, Ed F, Frogman 78, Cabalta, and Antoine Mega 81. Thanks for popping in, guys. All right, with that, let's start doing some outros. First up, Rustamus.
Hey, what's up, guys? You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And, of course, every Tuesday, you're on a Hangout. Oh, yeah, and Saturday nights on Classic Fanatics. There you go.
Saturday, yep.
That's right, the only show to watch on Saturdays.
The only show on Saturday nights. That's it.
Unless there's 2 guys from Jersey.
That's true. Yeah. That's just 2 guys from Jersey. That's a good point.
That's right. All right, next up, Silver Age.
Yo, what's up? Eddie Dust Mites in the Facebook groups, Dust Mites on Instagram. That's it, man. I'm glad I sat in, man. I feel like we had a pretty good discussion, man.
Yeah, I did too.
I know I'm very set in my ways some way, and there's no way I'm telling you that's the way to do your thing, but that's just the way I like to do things. If you don't like me, fuck you.
Crotchety old man.
I know.
That's the grump right there.
Hey, the grump was putting in some good work tonight.
Yes,
Yeah,
right,
the motherfuckers chatting.
it did good, man.
We've been talking Game of Thrones all fucking night.
We got some ribbit.
Sit out of mode. All right. Next up, JD. What's up?
That spear, though.
Oh.
Yeah, you can catch me, JD Brocious, on the Facebook groups, Pigment Surgery on Instagram and Xbox Live. Here on Tuesday nights and Wednesday night on Figure Bagging. Every other Wednesday night. My bad.
Not this Wednesday.
Nope. Next Wednesday.
So rumor has it
Dustin
you
be
took
like, that
Matt's
shit is
spot.
handsome.
Sure.
That's the rumor, man. The rumor is that now you're an official member of the Figure Banging Squad.
Yeah.
Beat us
Ace
up.
hit me up.
He got fired and you took a spot.
Oh, he's fired totally, man.
And
He's out.
he pretty much said he can't rely on him. And I mean, we all know that situation. So,
So JD, you're in now. You're in. What the fuck's the guy got to do? You know, figure banging around here. Jesus Christ!
There you go, guys.
Russ, I can put a good word in for you, brother.
You know what? Do that for me.
Right.
Yeah, tell Alex I apologize. I'm sorry I fucked up last time. Give me a break, man. Get me.
Oh, yeah, one
That's
shot, one
awesome,
shot.
dude. Yeah, I know. One shot. You fucked Russ. That's good, dude. That's awesome. You're gonna be on
Yeah,
that. That's cool.
congrats,
Well,
man.
thanks.
Yeah.
New co-host of Big Event.
Thank
cool.
you. Yeah,
Damn right.
All right,
I'm
next-
excited. I'm excited.
We'll see you on Figure Banging next week.
Yeah,
Wednesday.
man.
Yes. All right, G Money.
Hey, yeah, Gary Allen. I'm in the Facebook groups, the Realm of Collectors, and here in the Hangouts.
All right, thanks for popping on tonight, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. I'm glad. It's good night. Good night for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up, Energon Addict.
Yo, catch me on Instagram, Energon Addict. Soon to be, I might change my name, Dragon Ball something.
Dragon Ball in your mouth.
Dragging my nuts out your mouth.
Catch me, Oh, you motherfuckers all getting on me for this Dragon Ball shit? Wait till I see you motherfuckers.
We're going to have a discussion about Dave and his placement on here.
Super Saiyan fucking level 3 or 4 on you motherfuckers. Motherfucking shit. Where's Dan and Jay Ruse and shit when you need them, you know?
Hey, I'm with you. I'm with you, Dave.
All right,
Those
well,
guys,
you need to back me up.
They're above the Hangouts now.
Motherfuckers is talking.
I just wanted to hear. I wanted to hear.
Yeah, I know.
That's all.
It's so good.
I'm coming to TFCon with a Dragon Ball Z t-shirt.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
Get the fuck
Dragon
outta
Ball
here.
dust.
It's going to be size is too small.
Yes.
See how much you like Dragon Ball Z now.
shit, I'll cuddle with you in your room with that t-shirt.
He's gonna knock some little kid down and steal his shirt.
Listen, Russ, you're the only one knocking little kids down for
Hey,
stuff.
fuckers get in my way. You get what you get. You know what I'm saying?
Especially if they're in wheelchairs, right, Russ?
Or blind.
Or blind.
Or
yeah.
blind.
Fucking crazy.
Crazy.
Give me that stick. I got to get something off the top shelf.
All right, guys, that's for myself. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Harrick and BX, like it says right there below. And here with these fine gentlemen every single Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel. Guys, before we head out, check us out on Facebook. We're a group, Realm of Collectors. We're on Instagram at Realm of Collectors. And remember to check out our website, www.realmofcollectors.com. Get those rock box pre-orders in while you can. Sizes and quantities are limited. Check us, the rest of the Cool Table Network. It's a network of like-minded podcasts, including our flagship show, Enter the Realm, Shattercast Uncut, Plastic Fanatics, Toy Detox, Nerd Rage Radio, Figure Banging, Beer and Bolters 40K, 8 Weeks, Stasis Lock, and a whole lot more. You can find the Cool Table on Facebook and throughout all the social media. So thanks for watching, guys. We are the R.O.C. We're not going anywhere. Still get to know us. Shout out to Tommy Barricade. Love and relax. We'll see you all next week.
Later, guys.
Thanks for
Later.
watching.
See you guys. Have a good night.
I didn't realize my camera was off.
Yeah.
I missed all the faces I was making and the angst. My fist was rolling like this. Fucking fist.